Welcome to the MSFEA flagship startup pitching event. It's happening this year, part of Ideas 2023. On that note, I would like to welcome Dr. Imad Al-Haj for a welcome speech. Imad Al-Haj is the Associate Dean and the Director of the Entrepreneurship Initiative.
Thank you. I'll be brief, I'll be quick. As you all know, this is a strategic initiative that we have at the faculty. Thanks to the Maroon Sam'an Endowment, we're able to support this initiative and seed this mindset of entrepreneurship in the students, not only at MSFEA, but also AUB-wide. And we're also very proud of the partnership that we have with the resource group, who have been supporting us من قبل الأزمة through الأزمة even beyond in being able to offer this beyond MSFEA and have these awards. I congratulate the students. I congratulate you not only on the ideas, but the fact that you still have hope. And this is very important for us. If we lose hope in the new generation, that's where the game is going to be over for us at Lebanon. So we believe in you. Please keep the hope alive, even with all the challenges that you're facing. We'll support you throughout. And be aware that we have a bigger initiative at AUB for entrepreneurship, which is the iPark. Dr. Asfour here is representing them. So the next phase for you of growth and funding is with this gentleman in the front here. Thank you for the judges. I know it's very busy for you, very busy time of the year. I thank all of you. I know, Mohammed, you're probably going to introduce them soon. And I thank you for keeping this initiative alive for us at MSFEA. I know you're very busy also. You have your own endeavors and your own startup. So thank you very much for leading on this. And good luck.
I would like to reiterate what I've probably mentioned in the email, which is that the award ceremony, the awards are going to be announced at the award ceremony starting 3 p.m. So I would love to have the jury members also join the award ceremony, which will be a faculty-wide award announcements that not only will comprise of the startup awards, but faculty-wide awards. So we will be deliberating the scoring after the event around 2:30, and the award ceremony is going to kick start at 3 p.m. So just to give you a bit of intro about the entrepreneurship initiative at MSFEA. So the aim of it is to transform the faculty into a powerhouse of innovation and entrepreneurship. I know that entrepreneurship and engineering has not been the easiest relationship or the easiest marriage, but personally, coming from a business background, it has been a pleasure to work with engineers on entrepreneurship. The flavor, the rigor, the analytics that you bring in really enrich the entrepreneurship scene, and I'm excited to see where you will go with your ideas. So the other aims or the other objectives of the entrepreneurship initiative is to foster links with growing entrepreneurial ecosystem in Lebanon and the region, encourage companies, small and large, and networks such as LabNet to build stronger connections with MSFEA, graduate students with a solid preparation for entrepreneurial endeavors, and create a ripple effect and spread awareness among all MSFEA students about the importance of entrepreneurship based on success stories. So some of the activities that we run at MSFEA at the Entrepreneurship Initiative include the FYP Accelerator Program, which is the flagship program of the initiative, which we will see the 3 startups today coming from the FYP Accelerator Program, the final year project. Another one is the Hackathon by MSFEA. The third one is the Entrepreneurship Office Hours, which is an open platform for anyone from the faculty, whether students, faculty, or staff, to come in and discuss their entrepreneurial ideas and to get support, whether from funding or mentorship. But the aim from the Entrepreneurship Initiative is to not let any entrepreneurial idea or any entrepreneurial ambition die with the faculty. We help them take it to the next level. The fourth one is the Corporate Innovation Program, which is what we are doing with the resource group. Number 5 is the active contributors to the wider AUB startup ecosystem, which is the what we initiate with iPark, the Darwaza, and the rest of the AUB startup ecosystem, trying to make a unified and a streamlined process of startups throughout the university. And number six is the MSFEA Entrepreneurs Alumni Network. This is coming soon. It's in the pipeline. We've noticed many entrepreneurs coming out of the faculty, and it would be amazing to have them all together in a network to inspire the future generations of startup founders. So this is in the making, and hopefully we'll see the fruition of it over the summer. So the FYP Accelerator program, which is the flagship program of the initiative, it basically takes final year project students, the ones who are working on very technical solutions, very technical projects, and we help them transform those technical solutions into viable businesses. And the other two initiatives, or the other two awards that are going to be presented today, are the Resource Group Entrepreneurship Award and the Hisham Itani Digital Transformation Award. And for the first year, the two awards are initiated from the faculty, but they target all university students, not only MSFEA students. The Resource Group Entrepreneurship Awards targets innovative ideas that solve current pressing problems using technology. And the Hisham Itani Digital Transformation Award targets startups that present innovative and compelling applications of digital transformation across all fields. The awards that the students will be competing for today are three major programs. The FYP Accelerator program has three awards: a $15,000, a $10,000, and $5,000 to support students to take their ideas forward and to develop their products post the prototype or the MVP that they came up with during their time at school. The Hisham Itani Digital Transformation Award is $5,000, and the Resource Group Entrepreneurship Award is another $5,000. Please note that these are all grant-based, so there won't be any equity taken. And the startups, the winning startups, and the ones who do not win, will always have access to the entrepreneurship initiative at the faculty to support them in taking their ideas forward. And for those who win, we can support them on how to deploy the grant, where are the best ways to use it, who might be the potential suppliers that they can rely on to help them develop the product, develop their marketing plans, and maybe even find talent that they want to add to their teams. And it's my pleasure to welcome our jury members. Super happy to meet all of you. Some of you have I known, some of you have I known virtually through the email, and such impressive profiles. So happy to have you here today. Starting with Corinne Ieme. She's not with us yet, but she'll hopefully join us soon. Corinne Ieme is the Chief Investment Officer at IM Funding, previously IM Capital, and one of the leading names in the startup ecosystem in Lebanon. Followed by Mr. Mehaddin Makouk. Mr. Mehaddin Makouk is the CEO of MedScience. MedScience is on a mission to commercialize novel specialty therapies in the Middle East and North Africa and Africa on behalf of international partners. They aim at accelerating access to innovation through engaging all stakeholders and educating them on the impact of medicine on their patients, families, and healthcare ecosystem at large. Mr. Makouk is a seasoned biopharma executive with over 30 years of international experience in the field. During his career, Mr. Mehaddin has led multiple successful specialty product launches in oncology, hematology, neurology, and virology. Thank you for being here, Mr. Mehaddin. Followed by Mr. Libnan Nader. Mr. Libnan is a strategy director at InVentures, and Mr. Libnan is representing the Resource Group today. He is the strategy director at InVentures, a startup incubator and a venture builder. He is also the co-founder and CEO of GameCooks, an international award-winning studio focused on creating and publishing virtual reality games and experiences. Both companies are part of the Resource Group business portfolio. From the world of advertising to the world of technology and entrepreneurship, Lebanon has over 15 years of experience in strategy, product development, business development, and go-to-market. Today, he helps entrepreneurs and corporate clients come up with ideas and create products while co-managing a team of software engineers and business managers at InVentures. Lebanon holds a degree in economics from USG and an executive MBA from HEC Paris. Thank you so much for being here. Next, Dr. Youssef Hasfour is leading the Digital Transformation and Technology Transfer Initiative at the American University of Beirut and the Medical Center. This includes defining and implementing online education and telehealth strategies and initiatives, defining, implementing, running, and support campus and hospital systems, and leading the acceleration and incubation of startups and the technology transfer initiatives at the university. He has more than 25 years of dynamic executive management and technology experience building and leading higher education organizations and technology companies through startup and turnaround in the US and the Middle East. Thank you, Doctor. Last but not least, Mr. Kevin Shukair. Kevin leads Seedstars MENA Middle East and North Africa initiatives, including program and portfolio management, business development, and partnerships. Previously, Kevin was the business support and portfolio manager at Speed, one of Lebanon's first and leading startup accelerator or incubator program. And prior to that, Kevin held roles in venture capital, investment management in Lebanon and the US. He holds a BS from Bentley University and an MBA in entrepreneurship from Babson College. Thank you, Kevin. So happy to have you all here today. Wide and diverse experiences which will enrich the Q&A session, I'm sure. So let's start with the main event, which is the startup pitches. So to reiterate, we have 3 awards that are being distributed today or being worked on today. We have the FYP Accelerator Program, the Resource Group Entrepreneurship Award, and the Hisham Aitani Digital Transformation Award. Some of the startups will be competing for more than 1 award, and it's mentioned in your scoring sheets. The startups competing for the FYP Accelerator Program are Shaghli AI, Sawa, and Medical Life. We've been working with the startups for the past year during their final year of study. In parallel to their work at their final year projects, we were helping them develop their business models and marketing plans around this program, around their startups. Next, we have the Resource Group Entrepreneurship Award. We have 4 startups: Shaghli AI, EAN, What the Health, and Bayouth. And third, the Hisham Aitani Digital Transformation Award. We have Medical Life, EVQMS, and Sawa. So as you can see here, there are some overlaps with some startups competing for 2 awards, and we will see this in the next few slides. Okay, we can start now with the startup pitches. If anyone has any questions or would like to say anything before we start. Good. Would like to invite Shaghli AI to stage.
Okay, so thank you, Muhammad. Hello, everyone. I want to start by asking you a quick question. How many of you have had a leakage in their kitchen or in their bathroom? I'm pretty sure most of us, if not all of us, have had this issue before. That is why I want to take the chance to introduce to you Karim. Karim is a person who lives in Beirut and he has an issue in his majla. I want you to also meet Muallim Mahmoud. Muallim Mahmoud is a very experienced plumber who also lives in Beirut. However, Muallim Mahmoud and Karim do not know each other. Hence why the problem that arises is the one of the technological and the communication barrier between both ends. This problem can be summarized under 3 main statements. The first one is the presence of a sophisticated tool to connect to people. The second is the lack of a worker-friendly platform. And finally, the wasted time before getting any help. That is why the solution that we are coming up with is a chat-optimized service that will be running over WhatsApp and Telegram. What will happen is, People will be sending us voice notes in Arabic or in English. We'll be processing these voice notes through an AI speech-to-text engine. We will be taking all the information needed from it and basically match the worker with the employer. This process is fully automated. We aim to provide a fast and an accurate service. We'll be supporting different dialects all over Lebanon, whether you come from the north or from the south. And finally, we will be matching the worker with the employer. That is why we bring to the table more clients for handy workers, as well as better services for the employers. How will we make money? We have three main revenue streams. The first one will be taking 10% commission on each task that will be done. The second one is through business advertisements. And finally, we have a premium subscription which will be done for the workers only, which is $6 per month. For the premium subscription, additionally to the matching services that everyone will be having, they will also have bonus contracts with VIP employer, as well as some benefits when it comes to insurance. So if anything bad happened during working hours, they have the insurance to cover that. Our market size is estimated at around 300K for all the freelance handy workers in Lebanon. And if you want to widen our scope, we'll be reaching a market size of around 15.3 million. Our competitors, there are plenty of startups as well as companies such as LinkedIn, Upwork, or even Instafix. They dabble between affordability and reliability, and hence why Shaghli comes in the perfect place when it comes to both. Our partners are Birzeit University as well as OpenAI Whisper. We'll be dealing with OMT and Wish Money to do all the transactions. And finally, a cloud service provider as well as marketing agents. Quick look at our roadmap. We have our MVP ready, which we'll be launching by this summer. By next summer, we'll be accommodating all the MENA region, which are Arabic-speaking countries. And finally, we hope to reach different languages further along the road. We would like to ask finally for a small grant of 25 to 30K to do all the cloud infrastructure as well as advertising on which our services will be running on. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Questions? Anyone would like to start? If any.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
I did not understand very well the business model. So you want to take 10% from the commission or from the payment that will be paid to the handyman.
Yes. So basically, the commission will be taken from each task that's done. So the amount that's paid to the worker, we take 10% off. So basically, yes, this is the commission.
So the chat, what does the chat do? It will match two people. So one needs something and one provides something.
100%.
Is there an agreement that is being done on WhatsApp? Like a price? Is there a fixed price? Is there a variable price for different handyman? How does this work?
Yeah, so it depends on each task. So we're flexible from this side. So there is always an opportunity to like change the deal, to negotiate, and we will provide this service through our WhatsApp chat service.
Thanks.
Let me ask a follow-up question to that, and maybe something different. So how does it work? So does the customer pay you or they pay them? And how do you capture the 10% to start with?
Yeah. So basically, we will be the middleman when it comes to collecting the payments. So the client will be paying to us, and then we will give the workers their 90% basically of the 100%. So that's how we're taking the 10% commission.
Okay. Which brings the other question to that, which comes up with many startups that do this stuff. How do you make sure your customer is sticky? Meaning the customer has met Mahmoud and they strike from then on, they start working together. What's your value add there?
So of course, every client or every person is facing a certain problem, and these problems are not fixed during their lifetime. Let's say there are many problems, and we are offering many services. So it's not just Ma'alim Mahmoud. There are many people with experiences with like professional service to be provided that we can connect. We can connect them with the people looking for their services. So it's not just a one deal, a one person that's fixed basically.
Also, a follow-up question on this question is, So this is always a high friction transaction, right? You have to find the right person. You have to come to your place, fix the problem, get paid. There's various degrees of satisfaction with the work. So at what point in the process do you come in? So if you can walk us through the journey of, what happens once how do I get to Charlie AI first as a customer, and then what happens after that?
Yeah, so basically, first of all, we want to raise awareness about this service. So the first point of contact with us as Charlie is through the WhatsApp chat service. So they send a voice, the workers, the people looking for the services of the workers, they send a voice note to Charlie, and this voice note is processed. So this is the first point of contact. Then all the information is extracted and analyzed from the voice note. So we want to make it as convenient as possible for the users. Everything in the backend will be processed in order to make a proper matching with the proper employer. So with the proper worker. And the same thing with the worker. The worker will also send a voice note with their experience, with their expertise, and all the information will be collected in the similar manner and stored in our database, so where the matching process will be done afterwards.
Okay, so this is a two-sided marketplace, right?
Yes.
So what are you doing in terms of sourcing the workers and making sure? Is it an open marketplace where any worker can work with you, or are you vetting these workers? What is the process to populate your supply?
For now, it's an open marketplace. Anyone can send us a voice note with the proper expertise, and we will be working on the validation process. Is this the correct person for this with these expertise that he's providing? We want to make sure 100% that this service is reliable. So we don't want anyone to provide any service. That's why we even looking forward, we provide a premium service where we have VIP employers that are looking for the right workers. So this is all to be planned ahead. Yes.
So I see two challenges, and I'd like to understand from you how you want to address them. One is sort of the insurance of quality and providing that assurance to the customer, right? Because it's happening through you. It's not really an open marketplace. A lot of this is happening sort of behind the scenes where you're doing the matching. That's number one. Second is the sticky issue of the pricing. If this was really a marketplace where the provider was competing with other providers and there was a feedback loop where people are providing feedback, you can go and select the provider. Here you're doing that, and as another jury member mentioned, the services will vary, right, between electricians, plumbers, etc. There could be further complications when they go to do the job. So if it's not time-based, I really don't know what I'm paying for, right? So I'm making a commitment, and it's not clear to me what I'm going to get at the end or how much I'm going to pay for it. So if you can address those 2 points.
So of course, let me start from the point where we want to have a rating system for each worker, basically. So this is to incentivize the workers to always provide a top quality service. So the more they provide top quality service, they'll have this 5-star rating. So this will affect the matching process as well. There'll be more the right match for more jobs, basically. So this is the incentive mainly for the worker, and of course the people looking for their services, they want the best match, and we want to make sure this is possible. So we will wherever there is an opportunity to provide more reliability, to add more reliability, we are very flexible. So and the more we work on this technology, the better it gets.
So I suggest you guys check TaskRabbit. It's US based company. It does exactly that. However, you guys have something a lot better, that everything can be done on WhatsApp. So the moment you get into rating and web, etc., you kind of miss something. I think that what you're trying to solve in Lebanon is not a real problem, because everybody in Lebanon knows somebody, or will call their parents that knows somebody that knows somebody, etc., etc. Then you have the security issue that I think the doctor mentioned it as well. So I think that Lebanon can be an amazing test market for you guys, but I don't think it's fixing a problem. And I live alone, and my house is very old, and every 2 weeks I need something to be fixed. I always call someone that knows someone that sends someone. So probably see what you can learn from the Lebanese market, and probably other markets can be a target. But my focus is, if you can iterate a little bit and just zoom in on one thing that you can do perfectly, it will give you more time and more flexibility. What I'm trying to say, maybe your service will not solve everything that a handler can do. Maybe it solves only gardening, or it solves only electricity, or it solves only leakage. So once you guys become special in that, it's very easy maybe to add other things. Like adding a lot, you will have a big problem in the supply, not in the demand. That's my opinion. I'm just sharing this.
Yes.
Oh, please check TaskRabbit.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much, team.
Thank you.
I just wanted to follow up on the last thought that's related to what problem would you be trying to solve in Lebanon. So maybe the problem would be the time, because usually hiring someone to do such tasks, the main maybe constraint would be the time that they promise to come, for example, on Wednesday, and then they are 1 week late, for example. And this is something that's a real problem, I would say, maybe in our market. And the other thing that I wanted to also just ask about is what would be the incentive for the worker to use the platform if they are getting jobs on their own, you know? So what would be their incentive? This is something that I think you would need to think about, especially that you are taking 10%, while they can go on their own through their connections and get the full amount.
Who it is, if basically the workers are not finding the very diverse jobs or very diverse customers, we are trying to broaden and basically like sponsor them, give them more outreach to all of them. And for the problem that you mentioned before, what we are providing mainly is the aspect of the speech text engine. So because most of the, let's say, handy workers are not very tech savvy, most of them. So it's very easy for them to just send a voice note. That is the main thing that we are providing, and which is making all the service more practical. So yeah, that's basically it. And thank you for everything you said.
Thank you, Team Shagli AI. Next up, we have EAN.
شو احسن هون ولا
اتمشى شوي.
هي اوكي.
Let's see.
Get ready to join the revolution of university mentorship. My name is Hamad La'is, and I'm thrilled to introduce you EAN, the future of mentoring websites. Let's go back in time a little bit, back to your university days. Do you remember feeling lost or unsure about your life's experience, about your next step? If you can relate to these feelings, know that you're not alone. Many students nowadays struggle with the same questions and uncertainties, and they don't know where to find answers. And lots of students don't have a big network to go seek these answers. And even if they try traditional mentoring websites, they'll find that they are either too expensive or that mentors don't really relate to their problem that much. So what we want to build is a community-based website that's free and accessible to all university students. Each student will have 60 minutes of free mentoring sessions with successful alumni from their own university. In addition to that, they will be matched with the perfect mentor based on their personality traits and needs. Other than that, we will be providing an open space where mentors and mentees could share their experiences, thoughts, and grow their network. Also, we'll be providing weekly and monthly events and workshops for both students and mentors. The thing is, we're unique. We're not like any other mentoring website. We'll be providing for our exclusive students opportunities to meet with big companies over coffee chats. But how do you choose these exclusive students? Here comes the role of mentors. Mentors need to identify hidden talents among those students. Now, what makes us special? We will use AI and machine learning for the perfect matching, as mentioned before. And also, since we are community-based, we can offer lots of free services. And also, all mentors on the platform are alumni, and we connect students to big companies over coffee chats. So now, how the website could look like? The website could look like something similar to this. We have 3 main categories: personal development, career development, and academic development. Each student will choose the category they want, and they will be asked a couple of questions for them to be matched using AI with the perfect mentor. On the top right corner, you can see the coffee chat section, which is private for only our exclusive students, as mentioned before. So now, how are we making money if I'm saying that we have lots of free services? We'll be making money from students and from mentees, from mentors and from mentees. From mentees, after the 60 minutes of free mentoring sessions are done, they need to pay for each additional minute. Also, for the mentors or for the mentees, if they want to access a particular workshop or event, they need to pay for it. And we'll also be charging big companies to meet up with these exclusive students. Our plan is to start with the AUB community, move up to other Lebanese universities, and hopefully target worldwide universities. We're asking for 2 main things: $5,000, which will be divided between $3,500 for building our MVP and $1,500 for organizing and planning early events. Second, if anyone from the audience or from the jury would like to be a part of this team as a mentor or as a mentee, or just interested in this idea, you can scan this QR code and you will be taken to 1-minute Google form. Let's imagine a mentorship experience like no other and make it a reality with the EAN. Thank you.
So why would I want to pay as a mentor to join this?
The mentor don't pay to join. The mentor, if they wants to access a particular event or workshop that we organize, they need to pay for it.
But why would I even want to be a mentor on this?
Yeah, because lots of alumni wants to help their community, wants to help students and wants to help students in their university. So they're willing to help us for free to help these students of their own university.
I think you are competing with universities, because this is like one of the main jobs of universities is actually getting students and companies together or giving mentorships, etc., etc. And I think what you said, the feeling of the alumni you want to give back is excellent. But still, why would I want to do that if I don't have a company and I don't want to recruit people from the students? Because probably the main focus for a big company would be I'll see the talented students and I'll offer them a job at my company. Besides that, why would I be a mentor if I'm not interested in recruiting?
Please, can you just reframe the question?
If I'm not interested in recruiting students,
okay,
why would I put time to mentor students?
From which side you're
from the mentor side. If I want to be a mentor,
yeah,
why would I be a mentor?
To help the community.
Yeah, but I would like to go deeper. Like, why would I want to help the community? Why would I care?
Firstly, I don't think all alumni would like to help us, but I think lots of alumni wants to help their community because they want future talents, future startups, future entrepreneurs. Or
is there any way those mentors are getting revenues?
Maybe in a way sometime in the future, if we can monetize this even more or just have a more specific plan, they can get a percentage from what we're getting. Yeah.
Okay. And the first 60 minutes is for free.
Yeah.
Do you think the student would need more than 60 minutes, or is it 60 minutes like one session, or is it only in minutes? Yeah. I can do 4 sessions of few minutes each, or I do only 1 session.
You can do a few minutes each. And I personally think that 60 minutes is a small time for a month because if someone is working on a project, they need a lot more than 60 minutes just mentoring sessions.
All right, thanks.
Welcome.
So I think it's a
great idea in terms of problem. Having two college age, kids myself, I think there's clearly a need at different points along the way for people to connect, sometimes with people that are not too close to you, because it always sounds better not coming from parents or people. The challenge again remains how to have a population of mentors that's big enough to sustain the effort. And one way to think about it is potentially not pitching directly to mentors, but to universities, right? Who then through their alumni, network can do a lot of outreach on your behalf and provide this to their community, right? So, as alumni, you want to give back one way or the other, but again, it's probably going to be quite taxing time-wise. So you need to have that, connection, because you're not just going to sign up for open matching. Like, I'm not going to mentor potentially someone from, I don't know, China, right? Yeah. So there has to be that bond and that feeling of obligation or willing to give back. Hence, maybe targeting, universities as your customer on the mentor side could be just an idea.
Yeah, thanks so much. Something just a quick add on what you just said. Each student, his mentor are only alumni from his own university. So it's like a community.
Thank you. Any more questions?
I guess at the risk of giving unsolicited advice, to pick up on what my colleagues were saying, maybe if you focused on providing a platform and selling the platform to universities and organizations instead of building a generic service, that may move you faster. So, just a thought.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Maybe a question on what's really the problem, the core problem you are solving for the students? What are they looking for? Is it academic mentorship? Is it career mentorship? What are you trying to solve really?
For me personally, personal development, because not all students have access to these resources in personal development, so they don't know where to ask for advice. Let's take, for example, public speaking. I like public speaking, but I don't know where to go to learn public speaking. So in a way, if a mentor can teach me some tips, I would really appreciate it.
Okay. And what's the next step? How will you validate? There's a lot of assumptions that we saw here in the pitch. How are you going to go about validating a lot of these assumptions on the problem, on how you can make this marketplace work, on the revenue model? What's your plan?
As for the problem, I asked lots of students in the university to see really what the problem was, and they saw that lack of advising, lack of knowing where to ask or where to find answers for their particular problem. This is for the problem. As for the answer, we're planning on starting to build this website and validate it through AUB students before moving to other universities. Any more questions? Thanks so much.
Right. We're good with the scoring. Good. All right. Let's move to the next startup. What the Health.
Okay.
Hi everyone, how are you today? Other than the generic I'm good or alhamdulillah, maybe you're a bit anxious or you're overwhelmed. You're anxious about winning that $5,000 or maybe giving that away to the best group. Or maybe you're overwhelmed about what's happening in Lebanon, or both. And that's why we bring you What the Health, your personalized therapist supporting your mental health journey anytime, anywhere. So Lebanon is currently ranked the second saddest world country in the world in 2023. There's a 30% rate of university students struggling with mental health currently, a 90% treatment gap, and only 5% of a national budget allocated for mental health services. This first relates to the shortage of qualified healthcare professionals, the collapsing healthcare system, the impact of the social, political, and economic situation that are affecting accessibility, and lastly, the cultural stigma. So this is where we come in. We offer you an AI mental health and chatbots. So when you open our app or website, you got your daily check-in and your mood tracker. Then you enter our chat features, which offers coping resources and strategies that are validated through talk and psychotherapy as well as CBT strategies. But why are we different? We offer Arabic language. We ensure privacy through the HIPAA guidelines, which are medical guidelines. We're affordable because we have our free features. We're culturally sensitive because our data is programmed from licensed Lebanese and MENA region therapists. We take into account your personal history just like any provider would, and our aim is to alleviate the burden of health in the healthcare system.
And this is where we have our two revenue streams with our three business models. The first one being the freemium, premium, and to reduce the stigma among society, we did a group feature. Along with that, I can say that our benchmarking with the AI mental health tools such as Talkspace, Ginger, and Woobot, we do have a market leverage on them in affordability, in our target audience, and in our cultural sensitivity and accessibility. Our market size here is the 4 million population of Lebanon, tailoring it down to the income levels and our age group, which encompasses 20% of the Lebanese population. Our roadmap here consists of 4 buckets, the first one being the soft launch and pilot testing. The second one is establishing B2B partnerships in Lebanon. And then after the third bucket, the additional updated features such as voice recognition, etc. And the last bucket would be expanding to the MENA region. And we are here to ask you for licensed mental health advisors, business mentors, and machine learning experts, along with a monetary support of $25,000 that includes declouding infrastructure, digital marketing, and hiring web developers.
We ensure that your money won't go to waste because we make the perfect team. I'm Cynthia Alem, a Health Communication Senior.
I'm Hassan Sibaya, Health Communication Junior, minoring in Business and Public Administration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. At what point is there a human interaction between a patient and a mental health expert, or is it only based on a chatbot that is machine learning AI powered?
There's this premium feature that we have where you can have an access to actual psychologists where they can give you a set of lists that provide you with this assistance that you need, and a 24-hour chatbot with this specific psychologist, which they use the technique that we mentioned, which is CHT.
Okay. And about the market, in terms of dollar value, what size is this market? How much is spent on mental health services in Lebanon and the region annually?
Okay, the total budget of the national budget that they allocate for mental health is only 5%, whether it be in the Ministry of Public Health or specific centers in Lebanon. So the total amount of that's being spent in mental health in Lebanon isn't sufficient enough to support these individuals who are in need or that are seeking mental health assistance.
Yeah, but that's just part of the market, yeah, the public spending, but privately also there's spending on mental health. How much is the size of this market in Lebanon and the MENA region, which is your next region?
It's not sufficient enough. This is why we created such a startup, in order to intensify the intensity of this issue at hand, since 80% of our target audience have this accessibility of, for example, Wi-Fi, okay? So that's why we launched this initiative, in order to tackle these types of aspects that they have and encompass it in one startup, in order to let that accessible for them, along with it being a freemium, then a premium if they would like to pursue with us.
Hey everyone. In 2018, my father had a stroke and got paralyzed, and he couldn't move or do any activity. In late 2020, and with the issue with medications, we face a lot of issues finding his special medications for his case, for 3 main reasons. First of all, medications are available in a pharmacy, and another pharmacy they're not available. Second, if you want to go to other country to get them, it's super expensive. And third, we couldn't know the right alternative for the medication, and we tried many. So here comes the problem of more than 2.6 million people here in Lebanon. and for more than 468,000 people with chronic diseases, and for more than 52 million people in the region in several periods of time. And the problem is weak governance and organization of the medical field, which pushing, of course, a lot of people to go to other countries and try to buy their medications with expensive cost. So is this problem only in the MENA region? The answer is no. In the United States, for example, they face similar issues, and there are currently 3 companies, GoodRx, Walgreens, and MediSafe, that are actually organizing and digitalizing the medical field, and specifically the pharmaceutical field, through applications that organizes them. And mainly, our solution for this is an application that has 3 entities: patients or users, pharmacists, and doctors. Of course, all entities, every user will be able to sign up, choose the entity, get authenticated, have a chat screen, notification system as well. For the users, they will be having a pharmacy's map, order online and chat with the pharmacy, recommend a pharmacy, and QR code for medications and prescriptions. For the pharmacists, they will be able to scan prescriptions, QR code to save data, pharmacist dashboard, and add stock to the database. For the doctor, they will be able to write a prescription to the patients, and check medication availability, alternative description. So our business model is 10% as commissions on transactions between pharmacists and the patients, $5 premium subscription for patients, and of course in this premium subscriptions they will be able to have access to the stock, as not all people have access to the stock, and they will be able to have discounts on orders, and of course it's a free version for doctors. For our market size, as I mentioned in the beginning, 2.6 million people in Lebanon, 468,000 people with chronic diseases in Lebanon, and 480 million people in the MENA region. And our market size is estimated as $9 billion. For our marketing plan, we will be scheduling meetings with all pharmacies all over Lebanon. At the same time, we'll be finalizing all the legalities with a syndicate of pharmacists and the Ministry of Health to have it legalized and oblige sheet to be used here in Lebanon. And then if we succeed in this market, we'll be moving to other markets. For our roadmap, by August 15, we'll be done with development and testing. We'll be done with marketing plan and approach meetings. By December 15, we'll be officially launching the product. We'll be done with database collection, and at the same time with official run of the product. For the first year, we are planning to generate a profit of $400,000. Our team, I'm the CEO, I'm a business developer, and we are a group of 3 university senior computer engineering students in our last semester. Our advisors, Mr. Muhammad Fanous, our business advisor, Dr. Bahim Faisal is our technical advisor. I don't think there is need to introduce them. At the same time, what are we looking for? More training on the development of the startup and its life cycle, and a raising of fund up to $40,000 that may cover the marketing plan our operations phase for the first year. Something to note, that yesterday we were selected as one of the top 20 startups among 238 startups that applied to AUB iPark program. That's it. Thank you for listening.
I was asking, how will you handle logistics when you get orders? And also, what's the barrier to entry to players that are already existing in the food delivery business and grocery delivery business?
So what we are targeting, hopefully, to get a license from the Ministry of Public Health and the Syndicate of Medicine. So that won't be an option for other applications or like food delivery applications or whatsoever. It will be limited to our application, hopefully, from that side.
So do you have a special connection to be able to get this license, or?
We are planning meetings with the Ministry of Health and Syndicate of Medicine, as Hassan mentioned already.
At the same time, we already started approaching the Syndicate of Pharmacists, and we have a meeting scheduled with them soon. We already sent them a proposal. Once we get this legislated by them, of course, we're gonna go next and go to Ministry of Health to get the needed approval. So yeah, that's it.
And logistics, you will handle your own logistics, or will you outsource that to a logistics partner? How do you plan on doing that?
Of course, this clearly needs, in the first place, logistics team with us and logistics partner. In the first place, we'll be working on our own, at least until we officially run the product. But for later, of course, we may have a logistics partner. We're planning to have a logistics partner at the same time, have a bigger team in terms of logistics. So, yes.
I thought I got the idea, but now I'm confused. Are you delivering medication, or are you matching users with pharmacies?
Okay. Actually, we are doing both. environment. So when we say like actually delivering medications, of course, this is currently not legislated here in Lebanon. From 3-4 years, no one, like even during COVID-19, these couldn't be delivered. So we'll be getting the approval in order to be having this delivered as one of our features. And this is, of course, a value proposition for our pharmacists who will be raising the revenues through this specific thing. And at the same time, of course, it's more into patching between pharmacists and users. What's the value proposition of each? For the user, you'll be able to check the availability in a way or another. Instead of going from the south to Beirut, for example, to find the medication, you'll be able to see if where the medication is, because it exists due to some reasons related to the case of Lebanon. They exist in some pharmacies, some pharmacies not. At the same time, they will be able to order online. For the pharmacists themselves, they will be raising their revenues, just to to clarify the value proposition, by two things. First of all, lowering the HR fees that are related to the pharmacy itself, and at the same time having the this transportation or this delivery option activated by the Syndicate of Pharmacists and Ministry of Health. If we get them the approval on that matter, of course, it will be a clear value proposition for them. This is for the case of Lebanon. If we go to other countries, of course, it has different legalities, and our main product or our main value proposition is the digitalization of the pharmaceutical field in its in terms of time, in terms of costs, in terms of everything. So yeah.
Thank you. So the problem is very well understood. The idea of the solution very well understood. And thank you for answering the questions, because I was confused a little bit as well. My question is a little bit as a follow-up to the doctor's question. To know, so the delivery is clear, okay. To know if this medicine exists in this pharmacy or not, you guys need to connect to their database of each pharmacy, or how does it work?
Yeah, sure. So,
right, so
each pharmacist will be coming and adding their stock to the database. This stock will not be available, of course, to all users. In order, like for some security issues, the user will be able just to see if where his medication that he wants, he searched for, where is it existing, in which pharmacy. So the location, in terms of location. So
okay.
That's.
So are you familiar with the stock keeping softwares of the pharmacies or medicines or the healthcare industry in Lebanon? Are they one, two, or many?
Actually, we will have our own database. As a pharmacist entity, you have your profile on the application. You go and fill the database. Like I have the stock.
So how many medicine does a pharmacy has in general? 1,000, 500, 10,000?
Yes, 2,500.
Right.
3,
so you expect him
average.
to put all of those
Yes,
with
exactly.
the number manually, and then update this all the time.
Yes, it will be automated. First of all, when you sell, everything sold.
So you need to connect to his database.
Exactly, but that would not be available. There will be no access from customers, from doctors or customers, just in stock or out of stock. Yes, but we will connect to it for sure and automate the process.
And I guess my question was, I think that the pitch was excellent, and maybe because it's a short time, you cannot put a lot of information, but a very good product slide might be in need here. Manually, forget it. You need to automate the system, of course.
For sure.
And you need to get familiar maybe with what is the database I'm working with. Because if I don't know a lot, but I think it's very fragmented. You will have different types of databases each, etc., etc.
Yes, that's actually something we thought about as well. The pharmacists themselves, when we communicated with them and started our market research, we noticed that they have internal system between each other in terms of their system within the pharmaceutical companies. So what we'll be doing through, of course, call like API will be, if a pharmacist, for example, have this thing automated already and digital, will be, of course, merging it or in a way or another connecting it to our application. And adding to that as well, this applies to doctors in terms of medical centers and pharmaceutical centers and all of these things. So yeah.
In Lebanon, pricing is regulated by law. So first of all, providing discounts is not possible. And two, the supply chain of medicines is extremely complex. A lot of products will require temperature control. And then doing it on an individual basis is going to become very costly. And also knowing that almost every 200 meters in Lebanon, there's a pharmacist, is going to make this even more challenging. The point is that the problem that you described today is probably temporary. Temporary in the sense it could be a year, 2, 3, but it's transitional. If you go back 3 years, you would almost find any medication anywhere.
And just so that you know, on average, a pharmacy stocks about 5,000 products. So keeping that data up to date in terms of stock, meaning who has what when, is going to be extremely challenging. And yes, it is very fragmented. I think there are 2 or 3 large databases. When I say databases, networks, where pharmacies are ordering through these networks. But in no such way is there consolidation where you have 1 or 2 sources of information in Lebanon. And of course, that becomes more complex if you think about scaling to other markets. So just some feedback.
Okay, I think I just have 3 comments on the points that you said. I know it's a feedback, but I would love to clarify them. First of all, for the examples that related to the United States, we didn't mean that these are actual, like, okay, in the slide it appears they are competitors, but at the same time, they don't deliver the same product. They deliver something similar in terms of features to what we are delivering. That's something to clarify in the first place. Second, in terms of our revenue model and how we are taking money, of course, the $6 subscription as a premium subscription for users, anyone who will be able to find his medication without actually going and putting money in terms of transportation, and anyone who will be ordering online, whether in Lebanon or outside Lebanon, of course, will be paying and clearly will be paying these $6. In terms of the 10% transactions on pharmacies, what we are trying to do is not, of course, we are raising the cost on the patients themselves. We are actually taking part of the pharmacist revenue from the matter. Why? Because the pharmacists at the end will be raising their revenue through digitalizing this product, and at the same time the pharmacist will be at the end lowering the HR fees that they're going to have through having this digitalized, because at the end, and if you go to a pharmacy, you will see that there will need, of course, 3-4 people to assess people in the matter. Answering the third thing, which is sorry for this, which is related to is this product temporary? Does it benefit for a period of time or not? Okay. Of course, if we want to target the problem from the beginning, we see that there are 3 main problems, which is access to medicines, mainly, or availability of medicines, which is a problem that Lebanon has been facing for around 3 years, all right? But the second thing is mainly the cost. The cost doesn't only mean that if I have a pandemic, then a problem will happen. If I have economic crisis, no. The cost is about transportation. It's about the HR fees of the pharmacy. So digitalizing this process as a pharmaceutical process clearly will get revenues and clearly will benefit, not temporarily, but on a larger scale, whether in Lebanon or outside Lebanon. And we mentioned that we're going to work in the MENA region, right? MENA region, if we go to other countries, we studied the region a bit. If we go to other countries like Iraq, Tunisia, Morocco, for example, these people, these countries, okay, they are not suffering from major economic crises like Lebanon. They have some economic issues, but not major like Lebanon. And at the same time, they're not having severe problem in terms of availability of medications. But at the same time, if we look at them, you'll see that, okay, if we digitalize this application, digitalize this process in their countries, of course, people will pay for it. That's in first place. And they will lower the cost. And at the end, these countries and this region, specifically in the world, has a lot of pandemics and has a lot of problems and goes through a lot of hard times, a lot of wars in a way or another. So, now what we are doing in a way or another that, okay, this is not temporary for a certain period of time. No, it affects, of course, it's needed more in some severe cases and some actually wars and pandemics. It's needed more. I'm not going to say no, the need is more on it in that matter. But at the same time, the value proposition is provided in all times. That's the idea. So revenue will be able to get revenue through different situations and through different periods of time. And because of this, we're doing it in the MENA region specifically. Because if we go to other countries, of course, UK, for example, it's different processes. In the US as well, it's different processes. So at the end, they have their systems that are by the ministry. So that's my answer, man.
Thank you so much. We ran out of time, so thanks a lot. Next up, EVQMS.
Yeah, too. Smart find it.
Thank you, Muhammad.
Yeah. So we promise you effortless queue, elevated customer experience with EVQMS. Listen up, business owners. Are you struggling with long wait times, inefficient resource allocations, and poor customer experience in the traditional ticketing management system at your facilities? If that's the case, then this has to change. Manage, run, and grow your facilities with EVQMS. Our virtual queuing management system provides digital queuing and intelligent resource allocations, which will increase the customer satisfaction in your facilities. Say goodbye to long wait times and hello to happy customers. We're proud to say that we have launched our MVP with AUB, where we created a virtual queuing management system for the cashier at AUB. Let's watch the video. First, you have to sign in, select the service that you want to do, scan the QR code, select your current location, and you will be successfully admitted into the queue. We serve customers from all around sectors: healthcare organizations, financial organizations, and academic institutions. We're playing in a large market at around $280 billion globally and $13 billion across the MENA region. As for the Lebanese market, having 15% of the market share will allow us to capture $36 million of the Lebanese market.
Our business model encompasses a $4,000 bundle on an average monthly fees for software license and license maintenance included. This bundle offers our customers with 50,000 tickets per month, and any additional 10,000 tickets would be sold for $100. EVQMS stands out from the pack. We have strong integration capabilities, high customization options, advanced analytics and reporting, and a cutting-edge channel support. All of these make us leading in our among our competitors. So we're the first in the MENA region to introduce intelligent routing, and we offer lower prices, which with respect to the international market. We need $20,000, and we are going to divide them as follows: $12,000 for system development, $5,600 for go-to-market, and $2,400 for operational costs.
We are a powerful duo with complementary skills. I had past experience working for a software application, for a development software application called Wain al-Benzin, which was a virtual queuing management system. And
I worked on implementing the management system related to the quality management system, the ISO at Mécanique du Saïda.
Yeah. Join us in the future
and revolutionize your queue management system with EVQMS.
Thanks.
Would like to start?
I guess I'm being dumb today. So how is this different from other queuing systems?
Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So basically, let's start with the prices. So first, we offer low prices with respect to our market. And another thing is that we are known for our customizability. So basically, we cater customers from all around the sectors, such as healthcare institutions, academic institutions, and financial organizations. And not to mention that we also we are also known for the feature of intelligent routing. Yeah, basically, intelligent routing is basically optimizing resources across the organization in order to reduce the waiting time of our customers. And we also will provide, so basically we're also providing strong analytics and reports for the businesses that are going to use our queuing management system. These analytic and reports will provide the queuing management facilities with precise reports about the length of the queue, the number of people waiting in the queue, the average time of the person in the queue, and basically the services that each of their customers selected.
As a follow-up question, can you please give us an example of a certain company that is using your queuing system? How does it work?
Okay.
Like if I am a customer and I'm calling or I'm coming to visit, And if you're the company, what does the system do? And excuse me if I'm being
No, it's
please.
it's fine. Okay, so let's take an example of AUB. Okay, so we did the MVP, we released an MVP to the AUB market. So basically, we have to like, in order to start with our implementation, we're gonna target two. We're gonna target the company and we're gonna target the customers. For the company, let's start. So we're gonna assist it for implementing the hardware that it needs for implementing our virtual queue management system, and we're going to assist it in the project and the process of teaching the staff members there about the queuing management system, how should they use it, install everything, and once that's done, we should contact the customers, basically the AUB community. So they have to download the software application. When they download the software application, they will have access to basically a sign-in page where they can sign in, and then they will be admitted to a page where they can put their select the service that they want to do. For example, in the cashier, they can select the service that they want to do, and then they will be successfully joined in the queue. After they join the queue, they will receive a message from the queuing management system about their position in the queue, so they can join the queue with no wait time and
So for example,
no hassle.
For example, you know, when Apple they launch a new iPhone, people queue outside.
Yeah.
So let's say Apple are launching something tomorrow.
Yeah.
And people are queuing.
Uh-huh.
Are you saying that I can, you know, stay at home and reserve a spot and go collect it when my turn is in, or go and enter the actual physical store when my turn is in?
Exactly. Exactly as you mentioned. It's not as waiting for a long time just to get the service or to get to purchase a product, but rather you can just book a place at a specific time and then go at your specific slot, do your service, and then go away.
Yeah. So you shouldn't be physically there. You can book your slot on through any device, through your computer, through your iPhone. Yeah. So that's the process. Just not being physically there and waiting hours and hours in order to wait for your turn to come up. Yeah.
Thanks.
Just to make sure I got it right, again, from a value proposition, if I'm a company, I'm going to spend on this because it's going to provide a better experience to my customers, right? Or users, right? They're going to save time, etc., etc. Hence, I'm going to invest in this. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also for your brand image, and because if you're like, let's say AUB, like AUB's brand image is technology based innovation. So I guess this virtual queue management system will really elevate the brand image of AUB into like in next level, basically.
Okay. But if you have a captive sort of market, or if you're really sort of unique, do you really need to provide this queuing option to your customers? I'm just wondering.
Can you repeat the question?
Meaning, if I'm Apple, just to use the same example Lebanon used, and I want the new phone release, I'm gonna go queue, irrespective, right?
True.
Unless, again, I wanna elevate that experience with Apple and make it, effortless to get that phone, then I do this virtual queuing, and then maybe once I get in the queue, they will just ship it to me, right? Just because I was in the queue.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand why, as a company would invest in this solution, which is really just a cost, unless it's just going to add to that reputation, as you said, or experience.
Yeah, we also said that it's gonna increase the customer service experience. Why? When the customer is happy, you have more loyalty. By more loyalty, you have more revenue. So the company is happy that way.
And tackling Apple has a prestigious is a prestigious company who looks for their customer satisfaction, so they might really go for such a queuing system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you installed it at the AUB cashier.
Yeah.
Yes.
The AUB students were so happy about it.
Exactly.
Because it really reduced a lot of waiting time, of the hassle of waiting in the queue in order just to pay their tuition
They
fees,
used
for
to
example.
skip their classes for them to wait in the queue to pay their tuition.
Because they do it remote.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but right now you have the basic ticketing It's,
But it's
still
still
implemented in
forming
AUB.
long queues at
Yeah.
AUB. When we want to pay tuition, queues take long days, not even a day.
Yeah, so basically EVQMS, it eliminates the physical ticketing kiosks that we have at AUB.
It's
So,
hectic.
Having a system that could actually tell me, okay, so in this time, come in 5 minutes, you have a place where you just pay and leave, rather than just me getting that ticket and going around campus for 10 times until I finish my.
To add, this causes.
So I was getting to the bottom. I was trying to get to the value proposition here, and the value proposition really, if I understood correctly, is the ability to stand in queue remotely. Right?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the value proposition.
Yeah, exactly.
Which does not cause frustration for the workers at AUB also, or at any other organization.
Let me just say that queuing is very variable, right? Sometimes you're gonna queue for a long time, sometimes, and this is where it can get very interesting for you if you're able to get the data historically and provide some intelligence based on this to the business, and factor that into the management of the platform, so that when I actually book on your platform, otherwise it's just appointment booking, right? And I might go and still have to wait. But if you are able to manage that queuing based on the data, based on the demand, then I think it can become a much more interesting platform.
It's based on a specific time allocated for each service. Let's suppose a service needs to be completed it needs 15 minutes to be completed. Then we'll be calculating the time slots that will be given to students. For example, at AUB, this can be implemented in different sectors. But let's suppose it takes 15 minutes, then the queue will be calculated on that time. Even though there will be some time space between others, this can cause less frustration for the workers and for the students. So it's good.
And also not to mention that traditional scheduling systems aren't that interactive with the users. So our virtual queue management system will be interactive with the users, where he can select his location. It's gonna have GPS system integrated in it, where it can calculate the time to reach the service and the current location of your place. And so it's also gonna send you a message for 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes, you have to go join the queue. So it's gonna be more interactive than the traditional scheduling system. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Next up, Sawa.
Have you ever planned a birthday and have it be a complete failure? Because I have. But whether you're planning a wedding, a concert, or a work function, think of Sawa as your all-in-one event planning best friend that will make it easy for you to create your dream events in just a few clicks. But who has it worst? Amateur event planners, because they have limited budget and time, and limited service provider options, some of whom don't work at full capacity and have difficulty in finding new clients, not to mention the common mismanagement issues. So how will we solve that? Let me show you. Say I want to organize an event. I go into the dashboard and I click the create event. Afterwards, I fill in the event information, namely the name, date, and time. Finally, I pick an event type. Let's go for a concert. Based on that choice, I get a list of services to choose from. Let's pick a DJ. And there you have a list of corresponding service providers. In that way, we would have created a link between our target customers in a way that saves time and effort and guarantees to improve the overall management of events. But what more is there to Sawa? For amateur event planners, we plan to reduce our commission to 5 to 10% versus a traditional 10 to 40%. For service providers, we plan on increasing their utilization to over 70% versus their current 40 to 60%, which could amount to a revenue increase of up to 60%. Now we know why they choose Sawa, but why did we? because the event planning industry is huge, amounting worldwide to $900 billion, $54 billion in the MENA region only, and an annual profit of $400,000 in Lebanon alone, only considering 500 organizers with 3 events per year with a $5,000 budget and $250 profit per event only, which is pretty conservative. But why us? At SOA, we have 2 priorities, ease of use and affordability, and our traditional competitors lack in one of the 2. So for professional event planners, they lack affordability, and people who manage their own events are often inconvenienced. Then there's Hafla, an event planning app that, although is very easy to use, is a bit on the pricier side, which means that we have a concrete place in the market. In order to monetize our product, we came up with 3 plans. The first one corresponds to a 10% commission per transaction. The second is bundle offers with multiple service providers for a reduced commission. And the third is a future collaboration with a ticketing service like Ihjaz that would manage all of SOA's ticketing in exchange for 5% commission on each ticket sale. In order to do so, we plan on finishing our MVP by the first week of May, which we will test on a select group of event planners and service providers. Based on their feedback, we'll improve the product in order to properly deploy it to all people afterwards. But why are we the team to trust? We all have a background in computer engineering, but with different fields of interest and skill sets, ranging from economics and business to marketing, which makes for a pretty well-rounded team. But in order to properly realize our vision, we would need an estimate of $30,000, the bulk of which going towards team expansion, 40% on marketing since the events industry is highly reliant on it for client acquisition, and finally 10% on cloud services. Thank you for listening, and we're happy to answer any question you might have.
Questions?
Yeah, this is another marketplace where there's a lot of friction. So where do you start, and how involved are you in the service that's being rendered by the service providers that are on your platform?
I just wanted to ask you, in what sense do you mean how involved are we in the service that they provide?
So let's say I find a DJ on your platform.
Right.
What happens after that? Do I contact him directly and then it's a direct relationship between me and him, or are you still involved as a platform? And same for the other service providers.
So basically what we are planning to do is for the event planner to actually go into our app. Then he selects, for example, the DJ that he needs. He waits for a reply from the DJ all inside the app, which will then it will reserve the DJ slot for this event as the DJ that he has chosen in case he agrees to participate. And we can do the same for the venue, for the lighting service, for the catering. So all really happens inside the app, and we plan on implementing also the payment to make it like the center for all the plan of the event in general. So that's it.
So I just want to follow up on his question. So he said, let's say I need 4 things, because this is what an event planner would do actually. I say I want 4 things, the event planner does 4 things. If I want to do them through your app, let's say that each thing is a prerequisite of the other thing. So I need to wait for the DJ first, and then I need to wait for the venue, and then I need to wait for the food. The food cancels. I need to search again. And then once I book the food, I need to book something else. So I am doing all of this, right? But instead of talking to an event planner, I'm doing it through an app. So why are you better than an event planner? I mean, an event planner will do all the legwork for me for a small commission.
I mean, keep in mind that we are covering a lot of different event types. So they go from a small...
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you should specialize in...
Well, no, first of all, when we're in an initial deployment, we want to target 2 kinds of events, which are corporate events and smaller student size events, like student events, for example. So we'll start with that. And why are we better than an event planner? An event planner, first of all, takes a bigger commission. We're talking about, when we talk about our target customers, if I can go back. So if we're talking about amateur event planners, we're talking about 2 kinds of people. We're talking about the people who are like you and me, individuals that want to plan an event. And we're talking about people, for example, who are PR managers in a company that want to throw corporate events a few times a year. So it's not people who do that actually as a profession. So they have a few events a year. They don't really need to book an event planner for. Or for example, they have a specific event that they want to be responsible for. Like the good thing in our app is that it's very customizable. It's very...
Can I challenge it a little bit more?
Yeah.
So basically you're creating a database.
Right.
For an ecosystem or an ecosystem that has all the stakeholders that are directly or indirectly involved in events. Caterers,
right.
Music producers or music DJs as the lighting providers, etc., etc. So the database can be done. Fine, easy. What else can you provide?
Yeah. So the difference between us and a database, in which I think a database would be like stopping the experience there. So it's just you get access to a certain database, you get the information, and then you do the talking to them. What's good about us is that you're creating a page for the event where all of the event planning will take place. So you have a comprehensive schedule that we also did not mention that, but we have a comprehensive schedule that encompasses everything. So all of the different service providers, their slots within the event, and it will all be made on one page. So it's really like end to end. So like you don't really need to, I don't know. I mean,
so that's different from what you pitched, because you're pitching something very nice, which is a Pinterest-alike page that will make me put all of the things that I need for the event
in one place.
In one place.
Yeah.
So that's not clear in your pitch,
Oh.
because I think this is a very good added value. Whereas what you guys were pitching is a very cool database for event planning, but it stops there.
I think it was mentioned, but maybe in the because in this side when we were. I was explaining this part, this is only the event planner side. So you're not really seeing the service provider side to when I understand. Yeah, I understand. But also another thing I wanted to add is that we did market research and we talked to event planners and we found out that there's also a need for event management. So prior and during the event. So it's another thing that we want to add in the future within our app.
You kind of hit on it when you were saying there was the slide. What I liked about it is you provided the templates, right? Which says, I want to do a birthday and this is what you need to do.
Exactly.
So I think building on your idea, that's where the value is, right?
There's also that value.
Yeah, but that wasn't articulated very well.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks.